Y'all let me know, man, is y'all copping one or not. They look a little better than the leaks. I can't hold you. That's why I told y'all, wait. They look a little icy. I can't lie. Y'all think these fire? Let me know. Yeah, man. So you went toe-to-toe with the best, man. You went toe-to-toe with the best. You know, ain't no need to be upset. This is a championship contender. No matter what you say, the Denver Nuggets are a championship contender. When you look at their team is built for the playoffs. They just have to stay healthy. They are built for the trenches. The Joker was in foul trouble most of the game, but he was the best player on the court. I mean, he proved why he's a two-time MVP. You know, no matter what happens all game, he comes through at the end. This game definitely proved why I want Miles Turner off this team. I do think he could have took advantage of Jokic being in foul trouble because, come on now, if Jokic is in foul trouble, you got to feast. You can't let Aaron Gordon and Jeff Green check you. To be honest, I thought we were going to rest Miles Turner. I'm not even going to hold you. I thought Rick Carlisle and the Pacers were going to sit Miles Turner because, remember, I thought he was on load management, and this would have been a good game to rest him when you think about it. You know, he's coming off a 37-point game versus the Pelicans. I thought the Pacers would rest him this game, you know, sort of to hide him going up against Jokic. You know, you think about it, you sit him this game, you look at the next two games, we got Toronto and Charlotte, two teams without big men. So I thought that would have been the plan, but come to think about it, this kind of was a showcase game for Miles Turner to other Western Conference teams. Going up against Jokic, you got to think other Western Conference teams is looking at that like, okay, let's see how he looks against Jokic. Teams like the Clippers, who could possibly trade for Miles Turner, could be looking at this game like, we're going to have to beat the Nuggets to get to where we want to go. Let's see how he look. A team like the Pelicans, who Miles just destroyed. Valanciunas, you just got destroyed by this guy, so why we can't trade for him? You know, Miles will look good with the Pelicans. I think the Pacers looked at this game as a showcase game. You know, he had 14 and 11, and he even got Jokic a couple times at the rim. So he did look good as far as, you know, being showcased to other teams. But his inability to take advantage of smaller defenders is the main reason why he is not the big man for the Indiana Pacers' future. For a game in November, the intensity was up, and Jalen Smith looked out of place. Am I going crazy? I mean, he looked like a fish out of water. You know, it's one thing to not, you know, hit shots, but it's another thing to look lost. Should we be worried about Jalen Smith, man?
Tyrese, are you surprised by anything Ben does anymore?
No. No. That's what he does. That's what he does.
Like you said, it's obviously not new, but just what impressed you about that stretch? I mean, just when he comes in there and then he just goes off in the second quarter.
My favorite part about today was last game was probably his biggest struggle. And I think he would agree with that. That last game was probably his worst game in his mind. He made some plays, but obviously didn't make the shots that he wanted to. And I was very curious coming in today to see how he would respond. But he's a gamer. And, you know, I would bet that last game was eating at him a little bit, and he came and performed today and just did what he does.
You remember last season, Chris Duarte was in the starting lineup, out the starting lineup, in the starting lineup, out the starting lineup. I don't think he want to do that to Ben Mathurin. I think once he puts him in the starting lineup, he wants him to stay there for the next 10 years, right? That 8-point performance versus the Pelicans, I think Rick Carlisle knows he has a couple of those left in him. And I don't think he want to have to pull him from the starting lineup. Because let's say he has a stretch of 4 or 5 bad games in a row after you put him in the starting lineup. I mean, as much as the fans would say, yeah, leave him there, let him play through it, I don't think Rick Carlisle wants to do that. So I think Ben Mathurin is going to come off the bench until Buddy Hield is gone. Now, Rick Carlisle is claiming that we need his scoring off the bench. I'm not even going to hold you. I think that's straight bullshit. See, we have more invested in a guy like Ben Mathurin. A guy like Andrew Nembhard, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, Nembhard is going to be the guy who's in the lineup when someone's injured. So he's going to be used to it. With Ben Mathurin, he's not going to be doing that. So that could be the reason why I think Rick Carlisle doesn't want to start him, is because he doesn't want to pull him. Now, I have no issue with Ben Mathurin coming off the bench as long as he's playing 30-plus minutes and finishing the game. Now, 25 minutes versus the Nuggets, what's up with that? Like, that's the only issue I have with Rick Carlisle. This guy needs to have a guaranteed 32 to 35 minutes, even coming off the bench, and he has to be in the closing lineup. Because if we're being completely honest here, we should be running out offense through this guy. I remember Donovan Mitchell rookie year with Utah. The Utah Jazz put the ball in his hand and just said, go. Put the jetpack behind this guy. Let him be the number one option. The man is the best scorer on the team. But as far as the game last night, the Indiana Pacers blew an 18-point lead and fell to the Denver Nuggets 129 to 122. I mean, the crazy thing about this game is when the Nuggets started making that run in the third quarter, I knew they were going to win. I knew it. Like I told you guys, this is a championship caliber team. Did you not see the Nuggets in the last 6 minutes of this game? They looked so poised and relaxed. Jamal Murray and the Joker out there running that clockwork. We had no answer for that. Did you not see Jokic size up Miles Turner? Basically for that game-winning shot? The Joker looked comfortable. I mean, you could have just about gave him a chair to sit in. That's how comfortable he looked taking that shot. I mean, it's like they've been here and done this. I mean, you say the refs blew the game, but the fact is we had an 18-point lead. The refs shouldn't have to decide the game if you have an 18-point lead. I mean, it's not hard to say. We choked. Just say it, bruh. You sitting here blaming the refs. You had an 18-point lead. The refs shouldn't even be a factor in that game. The refs are like the feds. They're always going to be around, no matter what. You know, whenever we try to start competing for conference championships, try to make the finals, they're going to be there. You can't get rid of the refs. They're going to be there. They're going to be blowing calls. The refs blow calls all the time. I mean, it seems like every day they're putting out a note saying they apologize for missing a call. They do it every day. But you had an 18-point lead. The refs should not be a factor. Don't get mad at the facts, though.